Hey, listen, this your boy Mike Dean. I'm here in the studio, holyhillsradio.com with my boy brother L. Listen, tonight on Holla Me, it is going down. Brother L, what am I hey, listen, it's going down tonight, ain't it? It's going down. Then real quick, I mean, and then I got my boy Maurice Good. You know how we do. Maurice Good is on the line. Say what's up, Mo.
Hey, people.
Listen, man, last week I had the opportunity and I was really blessed by the opportunity. We're jumping into this tonight. We're jumping in fast. I had an opportunity to go to San Jose, sunny San Jose, where they treated your boy like a king. I mean, they took me to the Golden State Warriors game, and I had an opportunity to just meet beautiful young people and speak to them through workshops. And also, I was able to do a few keynote presentations. I'm telling you, it was off the hook, and it got really real. And so I decided to throw an audible in there. I'm like Peyton Manning. I had to yell Omaha, 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 because I had to throw an audible in there because there's so much energy around what just took place. So I have my girl Mary Bravo, which is the program manager there at the San Jose Conservation Corps for the AmeriCorps program. And then she has several students and staff with her that listen, we're just gonna go in tonight, and I want to hear their perspective because tonight the topic is past the bad, getting better, striving for the worst, striving for the best. Past the bad, getting better, and striving for the best. So, Mary, I hear you out there. I hear you. What's going on?
Hey, Mike. How you doing? This is Mary out here in sunny San Jose, California. And we're thrilled to be with you again. It was quite a great honor for you to visit us last week and spend some time down here with our Corps members and at the San Jose Conservation Corps. And we were waiting a long time to make that happen, and I'm glad we finally did it. And it was our honor to have you out here and definitely treat you like a king.
Wow. Hey, Mary, now, okay, before we move in for real quick, what was that place y'all took me to? We got to say, if you ever in the San Jose area, what's that the Hispanic restaurant we went to as soon as I got off the airplane, the first place you took me to for lunch?
Well, that was actually a local grocery store that has a taqueria in it. It's called Chavez Market.
It's called Chavez. Say that again.
Chavez Market. Chavez, yeah, like Cesar Chavez.
Okay, Chavez Market. If you ever in the San Jose area, I'm telling you, they had even some Hispanic Kool-Aid. I don't even know what was that Kool-Aid called? Andrea, what was that Kool-Aid called?
It's called Jamaica.
They even named Kool-Aid after me, Jamaica. So Mary. Now, you know, you my girl, you my sister, and again, you like just the hospitality was like 5-star excellence.
Wow.
Now
we cry now.
And so you guys received the books Tuesday, and I arrived Wednesday. You was the first person to read a book out of your organization. In fact, you read it that night. What was your take on the book?
Well, because we go back 4 years. When I first met you in a workshop for Youth Build in Oakland, California, I heard part of your story. There was not really a book in progress then. I'm sure it was in your mind, and you were starting to share it with others. But I never forgot your presentation and your story, which is actually part of your book. And I always thought, if you get to that point, you're going to come out here and work with our members. I would run into you periodically for the AmeriCorps events, and you give me a status on the book, and I was always just waiting for that book. So when we finally made the arrangements for you to come out, the book was out, and we got the book the day before. I could not wait to read it.
Where did we meet at? Where was those few times we met at? Was that in Boston?
Yeah, in Boston is when we meet up. One time we met in Florida, too.
Okay.
In Boston.
Okay.
And, so my homework assignment when we got the books in on Tuesday before you arriving on Wednesday was to read it. So, I lost a little sleep last week, right?
Right.
And I finished that book on before we picked you up, and as soon as you got out, I knew a lot of things to talk to you about, from all parts of the book there. And even before that, I talked to the staff about it. So, you know, when you were telling your story, I think it hit me even harder during the workshops that we did with our students and core members, because I knew what you were talking about, and everything you did, and the keynote speech and the workshops was everything I could relate to in the book. So it was all just in line, and it was phenomenal.
So, like, how did you feel? I mean, before we get to some of the students and even the staff, other staff, what like, because I kind of watched you to try to gauge, when you try to gauge the temperature of how things were going, specifically the first day. I think it was Thursday. Like during the workshop keynote, I mean, what was your take from those times?
Well, my take, because, I was around in the perimeter just watching, making sure everything was okay. And the staff as well. But as you were working with the students, I know you started out with activities related to the book as well, and sharing bits of the book, which is parts of your life, with them as appropriate. And some of these were pretty deep, and you got them to open up. But the thing that was interesting, and I think interesting for you as well, is where in some of the situations where our members really opened up, caused a lot of tears, was not necessarily so much, I mean, there's the issues we focus on that your book addresses, the fatherlessness in America. However, it allows them to share issues they're going through in their life.
Right,
and
right.
So it's that whole, when you're ready to heal, you release it.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like the workshop, together with the speech in the morning, gave them, and I'll let them speak for themselves, but gave them the opportunity to feel like this is my time to share because I'm ready to heal.
Wow.
Whatever it is that's affecting me, and you gave them that opportunity, that format, and I know that kind of even threw you off a little bit, but you brought them together as a family, and they felt that. When you addressed their urgent need, when each of them started to share their stories. It started out with role-playing and things like that, but it got deep and it got real. And in me observing it, it affected me because as a staff person here at the San Jose Conservation Corps and with the AmeriCorps program, I just know there's so much work that needs to be done. So many things that are affecting, our youth, that are our future, that just needs to be done, and it hurts to see them hurt because they do need to heal.
Wow. And so, Mary, I really appreciate that. It really blessed my socks off. I was so on fire, and I'm still on fire about the whole situation. And I know we have Andrea on the line, and we have some of the participants. When you get on the call, just kind of, just say your name and then just kind of go from there and tell us your piece. What did you get, take from it, and any other things you would like to say. So anybody can kind of chime in at this point.
Hey, Mike, it's Yanira.
How you doing, Yanira?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm good. So,
I just want to thank you so much for coming. It really inspired me to do better. It really made me think a lot about where I stand and why I was in such a, depressing way. I never really thought I had anybody to listen or to, even, know that they understand me. I never really met anyone, the group that we were in. I felt safe. It was fun. It was really fun.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow, that's powerful. Wow, that's powerful. I really appreciate that. Wow. Who else we got out there?
Hey, it's Carolina.
Catalina. Now, girl, you gonna make me cry. So come on, Catalina. I know you. Come on, girl. Come on.
Oh, first of all, I wanted to thank you as well for coming down and meeting us, letting us have a chance to get to know you. And thank you very much for your book. I started reading it and haven't gone far, but started off pretty good. And I wanted to also thank you for the workshop that you had worked with us. You actually took something out of me that I really didn't want anybody to know.
Wow.
I don't know, you just took it out of me, and I wanted to thank you because that was something that was really hurting me inside for such a long time.
Wow. And so by you being able to release some of that, because I mean, in that session, that was a private session. Though, those things we're not going to share on air or anything like that. But do you feel like you were able to start the healing process from there?
To be honest, yes. After that, I felt actually free. I felt free from myself, and there's been so many changes in my head, in my heart, that I know that I can overcome. Not only that, and then other stuff. You made me overcome a lot of issues, and I want to thank you for that.
Wow, I appreciate you for opening up, because you took that step out there to kind of play a role that I didn't even know was, I don't think anybody knew that was something you was dealing with. At first, we kind of, once you jumped into the role, when you first meet people, you kind of just, you can't judge a book by its cover, but we do sometimes. Come on, y'all. Out there, you kind of see somebody with glasses on, and they look, sophisticated. But then when you took those glasses off and you dropped your hair out of the bun, I was like, oh yeah, she's serious. And then once you started getting engaged into the conversation and what was going on, it really opened up, I think, not only for you, but even for others, that energy, that pain that we suppress. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of times we try to hide our hurt. And it's not fair to our healing when you hide your hurt. I'm gonna leave that right there. Who else we got?
I'm here, Mike. This is Andrea.
Too many R's.
You got me going on that.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mike, again, like everybody else, I just want to thank you. I felt that your time here was very needed. The workshop was great. It was.
Hold on, Andrea. So I gotta say this about you, because you were a big help, not only to Mary and to the staff there, but to me. I mean, you helped set up my backdrops. You took pictures, like you was a photographer. I mean, you had a professional camera. I mean, you was even videoing certain things. I mean, you had to get like 500-600 pictures, and I can't wait to see the photos. I mean, it's gonna go all on Instagram and Facebook as soon as we get them. But I would just at all of just the level of excellence and support, and coming from you. So again, I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I just had to appreciate you for that.
Thank you. Thank you a lot. You're an awesome person, and it was a pleasure getting to know you more. I've seen you before, but I think that you being here and spending more time and getting to know you, and understanding your vision and to help the youth. The help that I provided was with all my heart.
Wow. So was there anything that you took from that person? Is there anything from the event you took personally from that?
Yeah, like I shared with you, I since I was 10 years old, I don't have my father. So some of the stuff that you were speaking about in your workshop, I would think about it. And till this day, at night, there's times that, I sit and reflect about my life. So I hear your voice, I hear your message, and some of the stuff you would be asking the members and sharing with them and speaking about it. They're helping me to also think about my hurt, about myself. So I took a lot from the workshop, you speaking, and from the book. I actually started to read the book. And can I read you this one paragraph?
Please, go ahead.
That stay with me. It says, no matter how old both you are. There's something in the soul of your soul that cries out for the love and affirmation of your father. No matter how tough you may consider yourself, fatherlessness affects you in a way nothing else can. Yeah, this is a hard to talk about. So that really stayed with me.
Wow. Wow. You know, like I said, even in that section, as it continues on, it's not a hot topic in barbershops and beauty salons. I mean, it's not a hot topic. Like the people we try to conceal that. And so I think presenting the message to the masses and really pushing, you know, what Maurice and Maurice really coined it, but I'm with him in terms of the movement. I mean, this is a movement. Now, in terms of the population that I presented to, what was the population in terms of like culture, race? What was the population? Was it because this in fact, yeah, what was the population there?
Primarily Latinos, mixture of male female, between the ages of 18 till about 24.
Okay. Wow. Did we miss anybody?
What do you mean by that? Oh, in here?
Right.
Yeah. It's got the four of us right now.
Okay. So I mean, what else? I mean, chime in. I mean, we got about I don't know, about 10 more minutes if y'all got more time. Maurice, I mean, I know you on air. I mean, what I mean, let's come on with some more dialogue in terms of
you know, their messages, this is Maurice, their messages were so powerful that I didn't want to interrupt. But I have a question for them. If they could say something to their fathers who is absent, what would be the message that they would want them to hear?
Why?
Hello?
What did we get out of this? What did you get out of this? Did this make you happy? Like leaving us? Like everything you did, what did it make you? Did it make you a better person? Do you feel like you're a better person? Like, did you not think about anyone else but yourself? No.
Wow. Can now do me a favor, because you know me, y'all know me. Speak up a little bit, but I want to hear this in Spanish.
Oh, go ahead, say that in Spanish.
What I just said?
Yeah, a little louder. Yeah, a little louder. Yeah.
What? Yanira would say to her father, she would say, like, ¿por qué no fuimos lo suficiente para ti? No fuimos lo suficiente para que tú estuvieras al lado de nosotros. No fuimos lo suficiente para tomar tu tiempo. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué te fuiste? ¿Por qué fue tan fácil irte y no quedarte?
Wow. You know what? I almost understood you. I'm glad you said it first in English. I mean, oh my goodness, Mo, I know you got some more. I'm so sorry. I mean, wow. Like,
you know, it's so powerful, and that's why I asked the question of what is it that they would want to say. And the first young lady, she said 3 letters that made 1 word, but it was so powerful. She said, "Why?"
ooh.
And I think that's the question that hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of children throughout this country and possibly worldwide want to know. Why?
Wow. And Maurice, you don't know about this, what I'm about to share right now. And next week, I got a special guest coming on. Next week, my brother that I met for the first time this past Saturday.
Wow.
For the first time, I met him Saturday. We had dinner Saturday. 25 years old.
Wow.
And when you guys asked the question, why? You know, did you consider, right? I mean, that's what I feel like I heard. Did you consider others when you made your decisions? do you feel like your decisions, what hit me, I think this first person also said, did your decisions, did you feel like you made the best decision? Were you making your decisions just for you? Did you feel like your decisions put you in a better place? Why? I mean, and Mary, me and you, we had, dialogue we shared was, oh my goodness. I mean, we had a lot of conversation. I mean, I don't know how much, we just have so much dialogue, and trust me, just shout out to my boy Vito and I forgot your younger son's name.
Veto.
Yeah, Veto. Okay, so Mary, as we wrap this up, any kind of final thoughts on just this whole issue? Because the next half of this conversation, we're going to talk more about, and I know me and Maurice and Brother L going to talk more about solutions, right? Because the problem is there. The problem is real. And as we close, like, what are some solutions just to you all? Like, what can we do to help turn this around? And I know there's situations that we won't be able to change, because some fathers that are not present aren't here in with us. But in the spirit of things, what are some solutions that you may think can help our society as a whole?
Well, Mike, for me, definitely now that we've had this experience, and when I, talked to you about coming out to just speak at our organization, when we were in Boston, the light went on, and I said, not only speak, but do workshops. You're going to bring you out to California, do the workshops. That was the next step. So, I'm going to be a big advocate to spread the word, especially within the Youth Fed AmeriCorps movement, to have you come out and do these keynote speaks, do the workshops, just like you did here in San Jose, just like, you started here, because, I'm just so inspired by you as a person, and definitely want to support you in promoting your book and books to come. But that in itself opens the door, now that it's seen with a small group of 18, just here in San Jose, California, what that could do. And the next day was a little bit different with the workshop, but yet you were getting through to them. It was a bigger group, but you're getting through to them that this goes on, and that, social organizations like we have here, and we get our funding, that they put some of that there to have this for them. Because not only did you, able to come out and speak to them, they get to meet you, get to go through the workshop, but after that, I feel like our core members, the two young ladies sitting here, they feel closer to us now too.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah, and they'll come around, and you start to deepen their relationships with us as well. And these are beautiful young ladies that have their whole lives ahead of them.
Yes.
Young men, and they'll come around. I spoke to my other boy, Jonathan, who was in there. He couldn't stay tonight, but I pointed him out to you, and asked him about that, and he said his words were, I don't cry in front of people, but I definitely, and he had his hand, and he said, I felt it right here, and touched his heart.
Wow.
So, little by little, I'm asking him, what did you think? And all of them are giving me their perspective. So and they want more of that, so that's definitely a solution, because it gives them an outlet, and all of them can begin to heal and really, think about what is best for them, even though this occurred to them in their life.
Wow.
Can I just chime in, Mike?
Please.
I would say, Mary, please don't limit it to just the Youth Build AmeriCorps family, because there are so many young men and women who are in need of this conversation, and they don't just need to listen to it, but they need to be part of the conversation as a way to help them heal. I would ask if you would ask your members to take this information back to their community, spread it amongst their family members, their neighbors, their friends, because you just don't know. The person who's always smiling, may be in the most pain.
Wow.
Yeah, I hear you. I definitely agree with that as well. I agree with that.
And Mary, I mean, the support that you gave, I mean, again, it goes without saying. I mean, I really love it. It gave me a greater love for you, your program, all of the staff, the participants there. I'm really I'm a blessed man because of you all. Before we go off, and before we actually let you guys go, I got like 2.5 minutes with y'all. I want to honor you guys' time and taking the time out to even chime in. But you're Ryan Catalina. I mean, give me some last words. Give me some last words on what you're taking from this conversation in general, and what you may want to say to the masses. I mean, this radio station is all over the world. This is not just here in the States. This is, I mean, this is a global thing happening right now. So just give me a few things before y'all roll.
Like the man, like my father,
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be there. The man is supposed to be there, but not. So to be honest, I wouldn't know what to tell that man, because as a father, I wish he would have been there instead of letting me struggle through the childhood that I had. That it was so tough without him.
Wow.
It's really hard. I just wish he would have been there. You know, it helped me through everything I went through. But it's just hard.
Wow.
And what I want to share with others is I wish others could speak out. I wish other people could, talk about it instead of keeping it inside, built up inside for such a long time. It's better to just confide in somebody that you trust and just let it out, pour your heart out, because it's not good to keep all of those feelings, all of that hurt inside your heart. It's not good for you. It's not good, ever. It's just that pain just kills you inside, and that's the pain that I have. And thankfully, and thanks to you, I was able to release a lot of that pain that day, and now as well. This day, I'm able to release a lot of it. Like more with my AmeriCorps members, and I know I could trust them fully. And I'm thankful for your workshop.
Wow. You're man, I forgot how to say. I want to say you're right, but it's not you're right. I'm thinking of another. Huh?
Yanira?
Yeah, Yanira. So it's kind of close us out in this particular section, like what your thoughts and things of that nature.
I honestly want to say that workshops would probably help everybody, because I honestly didn't really even talk to most of these people and that we were in this workshop with, and just like being there, like to this day, we're all really close. We see each other and we hug each other down the halls, and we talk to each other. And if someone's sad, like we all talk and we all just sit down and we're together. Like we never feel alone. And I'm really glad that we got a chance to get to really know each other, to really help each other, to support each other, because not one person in this earth should be alone ever, because there's always someone there, whether we know it or not, or whether it's in the least, like when we least expect it, like we find someone there, it was really like, I honestly trust the staff, and I trust my members, and I trust them fully. Like I can come up to them and tell them anything, and I know I won't be judged, because I did not feel judged. In the workshop, I didn't feel ashamed. I honestly recommend everyone to read this book. It is an amazing book. It really touched me. I really did feel a connection. It was inspiring, and I really hope this movement, it's successful. It helps a lot of people. I really hope it does.
Wow. Y'all trying to make me crown air, and I'm too tough for that, right? I'm too tough.
I will say, with strong young women like you, this movement will grow, and it will be even more powerful because of strong young women like yourselves.
Wow.
Well, Brother Mike, we got to head out now.
Well, thank you. Love you. And, keep in touch. Call me. Y'all got me on social media. And I believe we'll see each other again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike.
We hope to see you soon.
All right. God bless you.
All right,
God bless you.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great night. Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Whoo, man, I'm blown back. I'm blown back. Mo, I'm blown back. Brother L, I'm blown back. And we're about to have some dialogue on this, but let me open up the phone line just quickly, just in case somebody want to call in. Write this number down: 614-577-1464. 614-577-1464, or you can text at 614-377-4592. I got L here. I got Brother Mo. I mean, I know y'all got some things on your heart that touched you through this conversation so far.
Yeah, I'm sitting here and I'm just like, I'm feeling blessed for real. Like it's crazy how the Lord works in mysterious ways, because as well as I'm going through the same the fatherlessness and being absent from my children's lives, it's like I'm blessed to be in your presence. I'm blessed to be moving forward with this movement or being a part of this.
But
movement.
you got a testimony, right?
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know, Mo, you don't know what this, but some things just changed in his life.
Yeah.
So yeah, come on. I mean, come on, give us that, man.
Yesterday I went to court and I got granted weekend custody for my children. I got twin girls, Ariana and Ariel, and
Wow.
Ellis.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Give a shout out to your babies, man.
God is good. I love y'all. Daddy will be there on the 27th.
Hey, hold up, wait a minute. So when you went to court, right? When you went to court, you went to court to make all this happen. You was prepared for war.
Yes, sir. Yes,
right?
Sir. Yes,
you was prepared for whatever. But when you got there, what happened?
The other party, the mother of my children, she didn't show up to court. So in the judge's eyes, they looked at it where whatever you want, I'm gonna grant your wish, because she was served her papers, basically. You know what I mean? Going through the court's eyes, I had to go down there and file the paperwork for visitation and weekend visits and soon to be joint custody. Basically.
So let me just kind of say this. So. I'm just gonna be me for a moment. So baby mamas just can't go with their no, you can't see your babies.
Exactly. You got rights, bro. You got rights out there, brothers. You know what I mean? All you gotta do is go down there. They pretty much walk you through there. And if you care about your children, flat out, you gonna go do what you gonna find out what you gotta go do to, you know what I mean, make that happen. And I found out like I got a lot of rights, and you know what I mean, it's a shrewd game, but like the way the law is built and set up. But if you don't know about it, it can take control, or it can destroy you or make you. It can make you or break you, pretty much.
Wow. Mo, I know you bubbling, so I'm gonna get out your way. I know you bubbling.
What up, brother Mo?
First off, congratulations, brother L. That's number one.
Thank you.
Number two,
come on.
How powerful was that message when brother L stepped foot in court to say, I am here to fight for my children. And all of the people who don't know him said, whoa, look at this man right here.
Wow.
Amen.
This man is actually coming to fight for his children. The message that brother L sent to society, to all those people who were looking at him and didn't know him but were making judgment. And then for him to go before the judge and say, yeah, my children is worth me sacrificing my time, my resources, that I can stand in my pride and ego to stand before you and say, Your Honor, I want you to know that I care enough about my children that I am here before you today to seek your assistance. That message alone is so powerful.
Wow. And again, we talking solution. I mean, brother L, when we started doing this, doing the broadcast, you weren't sure if you was ever gonna have these kind of rights.
Yeah, I ain't know.
Yeah, you didn't. You was frustrated. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but don't you see a brighter day coming? I mean, don't you see like it's here. I'm in it. It's not next. It's now. It's happening. My goodness, man. I'm proud of you, man. I'm telling you, I am, because you know you're taking a stand, and you're not just representing yourself, but you're representing millions of other fathers out there that don't know what to do, that feel like since he had a bad relationship or ended it off bad with, or broke it off, in a negative way with his ex, whether he cheated, whether she just didn't want him around anymore, whatever the situation may be, you said, you know what, I'm gonna go back and grab my kids. If the judge tell me no, I'm gonna keep fighting.
Amen.
You can't let the judges no stop you. See, are you hearing what I'm saying? It don't stop at the judge. I feel so
and you know what? And you know what? And this is something for all of humanity.
Wow.
All we want is just a little cup of hope. Think about that statement. All we want, in terms of humanity, everybody just wants a little cup of hope.
Wow.
And so, Brother L, I want you to know that you just gave so many men out there, you gave them a cup of hope.
Whew. Wow.
I'm happy to be a testimony. Wow. Like, that's all I can be here for real, because it's like he got me set up. The Lord got me set up in the like the way he got my life set up right now, like Kevin Hart would say. You know what I mean? It's like it's here for the world so that we can move and we can heal as a unit, as a group. Some people may be farther along in the healing. Some people may be at the beginning of their healing, or not even know that, you know what I mean, they need healing. So, you know what I mean? Like, I always believe that I could reach certain people that other people couldn't reach. You know what I mean? So that's why I believe, like, being 100, being absolutely honest and putting my life out there on the table, on the lines, you know what I mean, for people to understand. It's like, if you going through it, then 9 times out, like I have too, and there is a brighter day at the end of the day, like Pastor said. Like, just never give up. Like, you know what I mean? You just can't give up, flat out.
Wow.
And also, we've touched on this a few shows back, in terms of sacrificing that pride of ours, right? There's times when we just can't do it alone, and we have to be all right with that. So if it takes my mama to talk some, as we like to say, talk some sense into my baby mama, so that, I can get to see my child, then it's Big Mama. Go to Big Mama and say, Big Mama, I need some help. I want to see my baby, and, she's not allowing me to see my baby, but she will listen to you, Big Mama, because, everybody respects you. Go to Big Mama, go to Aunt Shirley, go to Grandpa, go to whoever is that person that is the glue, that person of reason that everybody will say, you know what, this person is neutral, regardless of the relationship. It could be his mama, it could be whoever, but I know that she's neutral. She's always treated me fairly, or this person has always treated me fairly. And go to that person and say, I need some help. If you feel like that you can't do it by yourself, go to that person. Because, some of us, we have this chip on our shoulder about the court system that is much deeper, as a result of institutionalized, racism and prejudice and all of that. So some of us like, nah, I'm not going to the courts. A black man, don't have no win in the courts. And, and we build these walls to prevent us from doing what we need to do and what we want to do, right? And so if you feel like you can't go to the courts right now because of what you got going on, then, like I say, go to Big Mama, go to Aunt Shirley, go to Uncle Jeff, go to whoever, and say, can you help me get a chance to see my baby, to spend some time with my children? But we as men, right? We so quick to say that I'm a man. You know, I take care of my own. If you ain't spending no time with your child, you ain't taking care of your own.
Wow. You know the funny thing about that statement, that was popping. That was hot. Before we came here, I was working with my 9-year-old on some timetables. Before we came here, we spent about 40 minutes while she was doing her homework. I could have been like really doing something else. You know, I could have popped on. Now I love Sports Center, but I love my kids more. And I saw that she was struggling. And that's the thing. Like one of the things that when I look at my life, you're able to address the issue while still fresh. Issues that they're facing emotionally, issues of correction, it just different issues of struggle. You're able to hit them in real time. So when you're not present, then you can't address those issues when they actually need addressing.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So for me, I was able to say my wife was working with my other child and children with their homework. So we both stopped what we were doing and was helping them. Like, hold up, we're here. And so my daughter, all she needed was a few tweaks. She knew how to do it. She just needed me to build her confidence. You know, I started her back at the beginning. 1 + 9 is what? You know what I mean? And every time she did something simple, I was like, good job, good, like really cheering her on. And it was from the heart.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Sometimes it's the simple things that make me want to go farther. It's not always, all right, you got this, you got your grade card, you made all A's. No, it starts at that spelling word. It starts at that multiplication problem. It starts at pulling out that book and helping them read through some words. It doesn't always start big. See, the big stuff is a progression of the small things.
Amen.
See, it never starts out big. See, it becomes big when it's neglected.
And you know, and that's exactly it. You know, we in our community, we tend to believe that if I ignore it long enough, it'll go away. Now, it didn't go away. It just festered.
Wow.
And so with that little sore then became gangrene. And so now they talking amputation. And we're talking amputation of your child out of your life.
Wow.
We're talking about a piece of you being cut off. And there is, for so many families, there is no reattachment. Because for some children, they're now adults, they have their own children, and I don't need you. Where were you when I needed you? I don't need you anymore. I'm my own man. I'm my own woman. In some situations, I'm my own grandmother. I'm my own grandfather.
Wow.
So for you to come around now, no thank you. Thank you, but no thank you. You have a good day, and I will have a good life.
Wow. Wow. You know, one of the things too that blessed me being in San Jose was it was my first time really speaking to a Hispanic population. I mean, they spoke English, but the culture was, and they even spoke Spanish as well. And it just showed me the problem just doesn't exist in my community. You know what I mean? And to see how it affected them. And this was many of them their first time ever seeing me or meeting me. I mean, where this dude come from? But it was bigger than the dude. See, it's not me. It's the mission.
It's the message.
It's the message. Yeah, it's not. See, when you go out and you represent a cause, it's not you. It's not the individual. Individuals can be replaced.
That's right.
But it's the message. And so that's all I'm doing. I'm just a messenger presenting a message. Just like Brother L, you presenting a message. Hey, dude, this is what I just done. You know, your baby mama, your girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, your ex-wife saying, you can't see your kids. You hurt me. You did this. You did that. I'm tired of you. Okay, that's you. Me and you, we may never, ever talk again. But I'm going to see my babies. And I'm not going to hit you no more. Woo, to all my brothers that hit sisters. Stop it. I don't know where that came from. Stop it.
Oh, man, we got to go there.
Please.
We're going to go there?
Go ahead.
Gotta do. And you know, and that's exact, oh, man, because there are so many sisters out here who've been punching bags for this guy who don't know how to funnel his own pain, you know. And, you know, I've been talking episode after episode about our pain. And so because I don't know how to channel my pain, right? And also it may be generational. I've seen my father, right? I've seen my father beat my mother before he decided to leave her. And then I've seen the next man beat my mother before he decided to leave her. And so on and so forth. So between the age of, let's say, 2 and now 22, or let's say between 2 and let's say 18, to the point where I was big enough that I was like, nah, you ain't putting your hands on my mama no more. But up until then, that's what I saw. And, you know, and even when I was, say, 14 to 16, and I would try to get involved, but my mama was more afraid of me being hurt, so she told me, baby, it's okay. Understanding that how I internalized that message was that him beating on her was okay, because my mind wasn't developed to understand that she was trying to save me from being hurt. So I get upset with her because what I heard was, it's okay, go to your room. And so now I'm 18 and I got all this anger because I'm saying, Mama, why are you letting this man beat on you? He ain't letting him beat on her. She don't know what else to do.
Wow.
And so people say, and so then you got the audience, you know, looking in saying, why didn't she go to the police? Because maybe he told her that if she go to the police, he's going to kill her and all her children. Maybe her fear for her children is greater than her own safety.
Wow. Wow. Her fear for her own children is greater than her own safety.
And so now, right? And so now, I'm 18, I'm 20, I'm 22 years old, and now I got somebody pregnant. And because I've been holding all this pain, and it was all right for my mama, so if it was all right for my mama, then it's surely supposed to be all right for my baby mama. And so now we're talking generational abuse.
Wow. Wow.
So like you said, brothers, go and get some help.
And I just
go
want
and get some help.
Excuse me, Brother Mo, can I chime in with you? I just wanted to say, like, for the dudes, because this is how I was when I was in a relationship with my baby mom, and I wouldn't just run and say I'll just be pounding on women and not like that, but I have put my hands on her, and I know that like dudes can get into situations where the female just aggressively just attacking you, and you like, hold up, man, like I ain't soft and I ain't about to just keep letting you just fire off on me and stuff like that. If you one of them type dudes where you try everything in your power not to put your hands on the female, but then there's certain things that you just won't allow, and she's doing them, you got to get up out that situation ASAP, man, before you even like, because it can turn into an ongoing thing. Like if one time, okay, she didn't hit, she smack you. All right, you take that on the chin or whatnot. Y'all talk it out, whatever. You know what I mean? Or maybe y'all don't even talk it out. You know what I mean? But and the second time, like she do something, or she did the second time she chop you in your throat. You couldn't breathe for about 30, 60 seconds. Like that's gonna make you feel some type of way. Maybe the third time she hit you in your groins or something. Now you feeling like I gotta smack her back or something. Nah, man, I'm trying to tell you, just go that second time for real, the first time, because that's how I always tried to say to myself, if a female put her hands on me, knowing I done did 8 years in the penitentiary from the age of 16 to 24, and she got the audacity to put her hands on me, knowing that I am a person that can verbally talk. We can talk. I'm not a violent guy. Then I know I need to get away from that situation. I should have been got away from that situation. So my advice to you is get away from that situation before you do become that person that puts his hands on females.
Wow. You got to get out. You got to leave. And that's a whole relationships one-on-one conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember my mother and stepfather. I didn't really, when I was a kid, I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't like him. I didn't claim him as my stepdad or nothing, because I feel like he never did nothing for me. And that still holds true to form in my life. I mean, although once I got older, we gained a respect and a level of love for each other. That's after I started doing some things that people may consider being successful. But I remember one time, my mother and they were actually arguing, and I'm getting older. I'm about 11, 12 years old. I'm at the point now where I can at least stand there. You know what I mean? Like, I might not be able to take you down, but you're gonna see me.
That's right.
And and so my mom and I were standing, and she going on. My mom had a mouth. I'm telling you, my mom would, I mean, all kind of just, I can't repeat none of that language. However, one time he had a cast iron skillet and slung it at my mom, and we both dodged it barely. I mean, you can feel all the wind just passing your face. And so I'm looking like, oh my goodness, like this dude just didn't do that. You got that mad and frustrated at a woman that most men, now there's some exceptions out there, like Layla Ali might be able to take a few of us out. I'm not gonna lie. you know, a few women out there that's trained for that kind of stuff. You know, you train. Like my sister Tequila White. If you're listening, that's one sister you couldn't mess with. I mean, there's an exception for some, but for the most part, I don't really see a woman out matching a man's strength. Here's the point I'm making. All of this stuff is happening while your children are watching or listening. They got to hear. So now their perception of you is you make my mommy cry. Their perception of you, because I couldn't stand him. I'm like, man, I remember being like 5, 6 years old. Remember the little plastic baseball bats? Yeah. And I remember one time grabbing one of them, and while he was like wrestling my mom, because I'm like, man, I'm crying and I'm slinging that bat at him, and he pushed me, and I just fell and I kept coming. I grabbed his leg. He kept kicking me off. And then once I heard that Tupac song, get my hater with my weight and pay him back what I'm bigger. Man, I'm glad I was saved. And here, that's the last thing I'm going to say about this, because now I'm like entering to the Xander zone. I'm in church. I'm preaching. I'm preaching. I'm traveling the country. And for a short time, I was living with my mom. And they were together. And he was there, and he did something to my little brother. Now, I'm older now. Ain't nothing you can do with me. I boxed for 4 years. I wrestled in high school. I wrestled in Little League. All kind of street fights. You know what I mean? Yes. And so I'm like, just give me an opportunity. Hey, so he said something to my little brother, And he did something to my brother, and I walked in the house and I was checking on him. What's going on? My dad did this and that. I said, ooh. So, you know, so he said something, we walked downstairs, he said something to my little brother, and I told him, I said something to him, and he said, that's not your son? I said, but he's my brother. And then he said something to you like, that's my son. I said, man, I just changed the whole subject, Mo. I said, you blessed, I'm saved. He said, say what? You blessed. I turned around and I don't know, man. I just looked. I had this Thundercat like look at him, and then my wife walked in the door, and my mom walked in the door. She, oh, get Mikey, get him. I'm like ready to. I'm ready to. I'm like just one punch, Lord. I didn't hit him. I swung and I punched my, you know, those aluminum doors that you got and I put like a dent in it with my fist dent in it because I hit it so hard. That's how much anger I had where I could have punched a hole through a metal door. That's what's happening to your children when you beat and you hit his or her mommy. You are creating so much anger. And then they're going to look at other women. They're going to look at women a certain way. They're going to look at the guys as all of y'all cheaters, all of y'all abusers. And they're going to always have their guards up because they don't want to get hurt like mommy. Whew.
Yeah, that was deep.
I don't know where all that came from, Mo, but
that was deep.
That, yeah.
And guess what? It's needed because somebody in the airwaves needed to hear that. Somebody needed to hear it, and you were the vehicle to deliver the message.
Amen.
Yeah. You know, and man, as we digress and wrap up, because our time is coming to a close in this session. I mean, trust me, we may go to 2 hours later on. I don't know. I mean, this is a real good topic. Depends on how people sew into it. You know what I mean? If people, want to give to our cause, that we take it another hour, we'll do it. But, but at the end of the day, we're going to push out what we can. Amen. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, back at the ranch, we're going to do this. Mm-hmm. We're going to go hard. And I'm going to be real. Like, this ain't church. This ain't church to me. Like, I'm not going to play that, my preacher, praise the Lord. Forget that. This is real. People out there hurting. Women out there, every other dude they get, he leave because she don't know how to keep a good man. She just, all thing she know about relationships is having sex. And so we need to reverse the curse. We need to reverse that pain. We need to reverse that mindset, that paradigm, so we can go through a process of developing these relationships, learning about each other. And then when you see trouble, you address it. You don't let it build up. Learning how to communicate. Because I think a lot of these things, a lot of like the abuse from my perspective, is that people just don't know how to communicate. Simple as that. They don't know how to communicate.
You know what? And this is the solution. Part of the portion of the show. And so one of the solutions that I want to offer tonight is parents, listen to your children. Listen to them. Don't get defensive, right? Because I remember growing up as a kid, and my mom and some of my friends' moms would get defensive around certain topics, and so don't get defensive. Allow your child that venue, that platform, to share with you the pain that they experienced as a result of daddy not being there. Hear them out. Hear them out. And then, pull that olive branch and say, listen, your child is hurting. And I just want to paraphrase with you some of the things that your child has said to me. And I think that you should be big enough to listen to your child firsthand. Instead of getting the message from me, I think that you at least owe your child 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes out of your time to allow them to express what they're experiencing and the pain as a result of your actions.
Wow. Any last words, Brother L?
No, I'm pretty much, yeah. I done touched all the topics. I'm still bubbling in I can't wait to pick up the twins and my son. You know what I mean? I'm still praising the Lord for that, for real.
Wow. Mo, you got any last words, thoughts, man? Anything you want to give to the people?
Oh man, I'm so grateful to God for, putting it and planting this seed in our spirit, and how it's bearing so much fruit up from California all the way across the globe. I mean, across the country as well as the globe. So I'm just so humble, and I'm just humble, and I'm humble because of you. I appreciate you, and I truly, sincerely, I tell you all the time, I love you, but I need you to fully understand that I truly, humbly love what you're doing, what you stand for, who you are.
Wow.
Amen.
Wow. Man, I feel the same way, man. I mean, you really blessed me, and I ain't scared. You know what I mean? Like, I think something like that, you can't be fearful, man. Like, if we're gonna have change, then you gotta take a stand for something. You know what I mean? And if this is just the only thing I preach for the next 20, 30 years, then call me Noah. You know what I mean? I don't care, man, because if we right now we just witness a life being changed. I mean, think if Brother L, if you would have kept the same mindset, and that was highly possible, you wouldn't be seeing your kids right now. They would. You'll probably caught a hold of this 10 years later when they're able to really fully speak for themselves and say, "Daddy, why weren't you there?"
Yeah, that ain't something I'm willing to even sacrifice or face. The feeling I feel now, just not being able, you know what I mean, the past few years that I wasn't totally together, and they focused on them. The pain of that is like, I couldn't imagine like 10 years being lost and not being a father, you know what I mean, a father to my children. I praise the Lord that I was awakened.
Wow. So, man, as we close this session, man, my prayers are, to all the brothers and sisters out there, no matter what race you are, no matter what country you stay in, we're here for you. We're here for each other. And, and again, just shameless plug, if you are in the New York area next week, in particular Harlem, I will be, and Mo, you can kind of hit this a little bit more because you know a little bit more. I just know I'll be speaking and present to a group of people in New York on Thursday, and next Wednesday I will be at 8:00 Eastern time. I will be on I Have a Dream 2, their talk show in New York in Long Island. And then the next day on Thursday, I'll be with a bunch of students and people in Harlem talking about this issue. So Mo, just, what I don't know that much about everything, but I'm excited to be there next week in New York.
And so, yeah, we next Thursday, it's going to be in Harlem. My understanding is that it's going to be in the gymnasium of the Bread and Roses High School, which is located in Central Harlem. I'll be able to clarify more, but it's going to be really powerful because there are a lot of people, and we're not just talking about young people. We're talking adults, we're talking moms, we're talking fathers. Folks are hurting, and so I think just like what we did in San Jose, it's going to be magnified here in New York City.
Wow. So I'm looking forward to it, and just listen, man, I'm praying for you all. Mo, thank you. Brother L, San Jose Conservation Corps. If you live in the San Jose area and you need change and you from the age of 18 to 24, go check out the San Jose Conservation Corps. Ask for Mary Bravo. She will help you. And till next time, holla at your boy. Oh, one more thing. I'm sorry. If you don't have my book, What If I Had a Father, The Man I Never Knew, it is selling off the chains. Man, you go to deanbooks.com. deanbooks.com. Get your book now. You can even download it on your mobile device, and you can also purchase hardcover and hardback and paperback. So until next time, holla at your boy. God bless you.